Hey guys, I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to write on here. Hey guys. Have a big hour. Hey, he's back. Yeah, I'm going to be too, guys. I'm not going to be on this live for long. This was literally just to say thanks and bye to people because I didn't want to be rude when I got cut off the last one. But I can stay for 10 minutes or so for a quick chat if anyone wanted to. But you are going to have to bear with me for just 2 moments. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves. There's only you two in here anyway. But I'll be as quick as I can, all right? I just need to check something on my router. Okay, sorry about that. Joined as my stream ended, yeah. So basically the main bulk of that chat, sorry, I'm going to be rude. This would be my girlfriend finishing work. Yeah, so what I was talking about was getting a big vivarium. We're talking like minimum 1 meter by 1 meter, if not, wow. The height, I'm not good with measurements, but the height goes from my feet to just below my waist, and I'm 6'1", so it's pretty hefty in height. It's going to be about 1 meter long, and we were going to try and get some wild caught native UK species, and we were going to be putting it in. Lost the other CEO, they'll be back. It's going to be a custom made thing that I haven't even started yet because I need some money first. But yeah, so the idea was to study certain, nothing critically endangered, nothing endangered at all quite common UK stuff. And we're going to have both predatory and non-predatory things in there because it's just going to be like a mini ecosystem, a mini habitat. And we were going to kind of study the way whether the predators will actually dominate the tank or whether the non-predatory inverts will be too well hidden. And I will kind of intervene with bits of food here and there to help things out. If like a spider was looking thin, I may help it out. If, you know, with something non-native like a baby roach or whatever, but as long as it was consumed, if it wasn't being webbed up or eaten, I'll take it straight back out. I'll provide the odd bits in for the omnivores and vegetarian inverts. We talk about whether it would be too cruel to do that because it'd be sort of playing God. But at the same time, I had a talk with a lot of these folks and they kind of agree that nature's nature. And although they're enclosed in a really, really large enclosure. And it will be for study purposes. It's not going to just be for entertainment. It will be to see how things adapt within that environment. And yeah, we're going to kind of make mini habitats within the big habitat. So we will have a slightly aquatic area, a slightly more damp area, a drier area. We'll have like a rock, try and do a rock face. Like, so they've got a backing to climb on. They've got hopefully a water section if I can figure out how to do it, and so on and so forth. So that's basically, in a short, that was the plan. Oh, hi, Martin, you're back as well. I didn't even see you. Oh, it was you. No, I did know it was you. Sorry. How is that cruel? We feed our inverts all the time. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's actually what we were saying in the other one. But nobody seemed to have a real issue with it all. And Martin's offered there, from Martin's Tank Talks, offered me help with doing the aquatic side, some advice there. So that's great of him. So, yeah. But I was also thinking, right, I'm not going to overcrowd it, but I may even one day pop on a live stream with a camera inside the enclosure. Just leave it so people can come and go as they please, right? So you can come on, I'll leave it on for a day maybe, and you can pop on and see if something's walking across, or if it's dead quiet, just cut back off the live stream. There's no reason for people to stay if they don't want to. But if you want to try and catch something cool, maybe it'll work. I don't know. These are just ideas, but I'm not the best with DIY, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to set up. You think it's a great idea? Yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I do. Sorry, I'm going to have to get back to her. She's going on at me. Lost on question 6. She's talking about a quiz I did to try and win some money, but I lost. Did terrible. And the lady has replied to me. Sorry, there's another person that's been messaging me with help with their phasmids, so I've been helping them out as well. Cool. Woman set up a cool little enclosure. She's getting her first Indian stick insects, and she's got really decent size enclosure for them actually. And it's like hexagonal, which is really cool. I'd love a hexagonal enclosure, but I just find that the space is awkward. I've got something to show you here, guys, as well. So this is, I'll leave it on all day while at work. Oh, I'd appreciate that. One way to get watch time. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It might well be helpful. Now, this is going to be more of a sneak peek thing. This isn't shown on YouTube. We talked about building arboreal enclosures out of something. Let me show you what I've got. It's not done, by the way. This is just the item before it's been done, but I'll give you a sneak preview. Check this out. Yeah, these are like 80s straw holders where you've got an open bit for straws, bit to take them out, obviously mesh it up, put ventilation holes in it. Yeah, I've got 2 of these, and we'll try and make a little arboreal enclosures out of them. The only thing is the lid is really, really loose, so I'm going to have to kind of sort something out on that, but still be able to remove it. But what do you think? Be cool retro style enclosure, wouldn't it? At least I think so, anyway. That's the joys of my work being refurbished, is I got to pinch stuff. Would go in a retro looking room. Yeah. Bugman may run out of a PC tower. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to go and check that out. I love things coming out of like just random stuff. I prefer that to having like, I mean, it's nice to have all professional enclosures all lined up, don't get me wrong, like all the same size with, obviously you've got your arboreal and terrestrial, but having certain sizes on certain shelves looks really nice. There's something about making something out of something weird that I like, as like with my clock enclosure and like with my fake coffee table enclosure down there. That's the kind of stuff I'm really into. Oh yeah, I'll check out his video. I will do. Sorry, she's having a bad day by the looks of things. Going to make a shadow box one soon. I want to copy your clock one too. If I can find a clock I like, yeah, go ahead. I was quite fortunate because that was also a clock from work, so it was hefty and it was quite thick. But but yeah, if you can find one, that would be class. What I was thinking of trying to do, I don't really know about drilling into glass. I'll have to look up how to safely drill glass, but I've always thought about making picture frame enclosures. You know, those like ones that are all the same size, they're perfectly square picture frames. So they've got the wooden rim and then they've got the glass, and just putting 6 all together, making one of them a lid or 2 of them. You can make them open both ways, I suppose. Yeah, so you'd have a rim around the edge, but it would kind of look cool, I think. But that's just another idea. But like I said, I don't know how to make the ventilation into the glass. Hi Ben, how you doing? Ben, this is actually just was me just popping back on to say, mostly to say bye to people because I had connection issues in the last live. It cut my chat off, but if people are willing to chat, I'm willing to chat because unfortunately we've already talked about the actual point of the video, and I've re-explained it again a couple of times throughout the evening. So you feel free to skip through the last live and you can see kind of like what we were talking about. Love DIYs to feeding vids get so boring. Yeah, I mean, I do like a good feeding video. I'm not going to lie, but I don't purposely look for them. I kind of find, because I've seen so many, especially with tarantulas, I've seen so many tarantula feeding videos now. It doesn't really change. I like mantis feeding because there's not a lot of them about as such anymore. And I quite like to see, because I like the way a mantis grabs something, but they don't get very much views, mantis videos, which is a real shame because I love them. I think they're brilliant. People always join at the end of a stream. Yeah, I know. They've done it every single time I've done one, if I'm honest with you, every single time. And look, I've got up to 5 now. I was on 2 and I was like literally just going to say bye. But if people want to talk, I'm happy to talk for as long as people want to now. It's just going to be general chit chat now, though, guys. So if anyone was looking for the main purpose of the live, it's kind of been and gone. But if you want to have a chit chat, we can. Love rehousing's gone wrong. Yeah, I quite like going wrong rehousings as well. I've got to admit. Anything gone wrong is good. Yeah, it's true. Oh, is my connection gone? Is it? It's still showing fine on mine. I'm going to type hi in the chat. Oh, back again. Okay, cool. If it does go again, I'm not going to come back on just to say bye for a 3rd time. So if it does, thank you all for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Who else is here, by the way? Because I'm showing fluctuating between 5 and 6 people now. And I've only got 3 chatting. So anyone else want to come and say hi? Do you keep that towel just invest? I've got 1 corn snake, which is my girlfriend's, and we did have a left gecko, which unfortunately passed away, and we don't even know why. We don't know what happened. It had a lot of shedding issues. It did from when it was born. That's why we actually got it for free off a friend, because he breeds them, and it was the kind of deformed one that wasn't quite right. And we used to have to aid in the shedding every time. It could get most of it off its body, but it could never get it off its head and its feet would get all tangled together, and it was a nightmare. And then it used to let us as well. It used to allow us to, with like a warm water cotton bud, to help remove the layer of the skin. But yeah, one day we just woke up and it was just dead, which is a real bloody shame. Let's see him. I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. I don't handle the snake, purely because he ain't mine. And if I handle her snake when she's out, she's not going to be happy. She's one of these people that she loves her pets to be her pets. The only things I'll handle that are her pets are her rats, because I was there their whole life. But not going to lie, snake freaks me out a little bit, believe it or not. And if she's already got him out the enclosure, I'll hold him, but I don't like to take him out. He's not massive either. He's big compared to when we got him, but he actually needs a housing update. I'll do a feeding video on him one day though, if you want. Ball python as a gift last Monday, blimey. Oh, there you go, Arachne King. Would you get a Komodo dragon? I'd love a Komodo dragon, but it would end up killing me and eating me, and I don't think that would be worth it somehow. Also, don't think my landlord will allow one in the house. Picking up scary, yeah. Mine hates me. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't want to touch the guy who's. Plus, I think it's his feeding day tomorrow. Possibly, I can't remember. She's got it written down, and yeah, so he might well be on the prowl for food, and I don't really want to stick my hand in there when he's hungry. But yeah, I'll try and do a feeding video. He's quite he's never struck me, but he still freaks me out a little bit. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone again. I'm just oh look, it's me live. That's not what I wanted to see though. There he goes. I'm not actually going to be on this for much longer now. Has anyone got anything they want to specifically ask before I go? Because the nicotine withdrawal is kicking in, and I don't really want to be smoking on a webcam. Particulate python. No, I'm not a snake person, if I'm honest. It's not the fact that they're massive that bothers me. In fact, I'd probably be happier holding a really big snake than I would holding a small one. But I like to watch them, but I'm not massively keen on owning them. I have to go and see, it's really hot today. Funny story. First tea that I got sold to me as a curly hair. Ben's posting a video. I have to allow it, but I always allow people to self-advertise on my lives. I've got no issue to that, so I'm going to allow his comment. If anyone else wants to self-advertise about their video or their channel anytime I'm live, you're more than welcome to. I love being sold something random. Has anyone? I don't know how many here are even UK based. Is anyone here? Ben's UK based, I think. I tell you what, I've been really interested in, but I just don't have the spare money just for the sake of it. Is with our company, the Spider Shop. They've got in huntsmans, but they've got a selection of them that they can't ID as well. So they're selling them off as possible huntsmans, and if they're not, they possibly juveniles of another species that's just not been ID'd yet. So part of me is really, really tempted to go for that, just in case we end up with a really funky species. My chat's flickering at me. Gonna have to contact the Spider Shop soon. Closing that 500. Yeah. So the main guy in charge is called Lee, and he's brilliant. He's a lovely bloke. He is busy a lot, mind. So he's normally pretty quick to reply, but if not, then there's a guy called Sam who kind of does a lot of his customer service. So you might be Sam that you end up talking to. He's really nice as well. But yeah, good luck with getting your 500. Some of us take the slow grind to get there, don't we? And then others just boom, they're there. 1,000 subscribers in a matter of weeks or months. And like, damn. But it's just a way of life, isn't it? Some people want to be, some people get there, some people don't. Some people got it naturally, some people don't. Some people got to work at things in life and others don't. It's just the way of it. And you know, it used to bother me a little bit when I was coming up to my 200 subs and seeing that a lot of people like vastly ahead that had similar time scales, but it doesn't bother me at all now, really. I get excited to get my subscribers, don't get me wrong, but I've gone past really caring too much now. 2 subs since I joined the chat. Good. I'm glad. That's what it's all about, guys. Sharing's caring. Everybody sub to everybody if you wish to. It's that's one of the reasons I do lives, to be fair. In my biggest live, I still didn't get that many watchers. I think the longest I've had is like 12 or 13 on a previous live. And people sub to each other then. But it's quite late here in the UK, so a lot of the UK people are not going to be on. Exotic Slayer is at 225k. Dark Zone's at 250. I know, with Exotic Slayer, that was mad. I was following him in his... He still had thousands, but he had nowhere near 100,000 when I first started watching him. And then, like, I remember when he was on around the 50,000 mark, and then it just vanished, and suddenly he was in the over 100k, and he was in the over 200k. Absolutely crazy. All because of his Water in the Teas video, I think he said it was. Yeah, they are good videos, though. I quite like them. So I was listed by YouTube as an up and coming YouTuber. How do you get listed as an up and coming YouTuber then? What does that? How do they define that? Do you know? Yeah, I'm back. I actually only came back on to apologise for the loss and say goodbye, and we've ended up chatting for another 20 odd minutes. Yeah, films on an iPhone 7. In fact, so does the Spider-Man. Those who watch Alan Hickin, the Spider-Man, he also just does his filming on his iPhone. It was just a list they put out on their own. I don't know how he got on the list. Yeah, it's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know how they do. I don't know. It confuses me. All this YouTube stuff actually really confuses me. I did get in touch with a girl who knew a lot of behind the scenes stuff from her media studies of actually working in line with YouTube, supposedly. She wasn't allowed to share any information about YouTube, but obviously she could share stuff that wasn't illegal for her to share, if you know what I mean. But I don't know what happened. I haven't been in contact with her for ages. She just vanished. I don't have a number for her or anything, but she was offering to try and help me out before, and then I just disappeared. Imagine being on the list. Yeah, I know. Canon D200. I tell you what, I got a camera, right? I don't know cameras, yeah, but I had a Sony. It wasn't a digital SLR. It was like one step down from being a digital SLR at the time. What was it? I can't remember. Anyway, it was a few £100 camera. This was going back a few years, mind. I think it was like 700 odd quid camera, and I think I got it for like 500 on a sale when the new one had come out. And the new one was a DSLR, and this one was one step down. But anyway, the quality of it is rubbish now. Perfect pictures. It takes some really, really nice photographs. But I tried using it for YouTube, and it was blimmin' awful. I even got a macro lens that doesn't do anything to do with macro on it. I mean, it came with that macro lens, and I've never used it because every time I've tried to use it, I don't notice the difference, except for the fact that I can't zoom like I could with a zoom lens. I was getting better quality of a lens I could zoom on than the macro lens. Drove me up the wall. It's all about likes and views and how you label your videos. Yeah, getting seen is all about algorithm. Yeah, it all confuses me. He's a handycam. No mic and no idea how to use it yet. D34000. I know nothing about cameras. I really don't. I don't know anything about microphones either. I did get a microphone once for my channel, and I don't use it. How do I? Is something you guys can explain to me? Those that know anything about microphones, yeah. I had one that goes on a wire to my phone because I do my filming on my phone. It's a Google Pixel, and it's not the Pixel 2 because I couldn't afford it. It's just the first Google Pixel, which is a pain for microphones because you have to get a third-party app to get the microphone to work on recordings. Anyway, My microphone is one that clips on here, and then it's got the cable that links in here. But there's people that walk around with microphones clipped on and there's no cable. How does that work? Where do you get these? How do they work? What do they connect to, and how do they connect to it? Don't understand. I really don't understand. Oh, it's Bluetooth, is it? Right, that makes sense. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. I'm going to have to get me one of those. I would love to get that because I know sometimes I'll turn around and then you can't hear me as well. Or if I'm trying to look over something, you can't hear it. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Oh, there'll be a new video coming up in a few more days. Can't remember when I've set it now. Or is it tomorrow? I've got 2 videos that are scheduled and I can't remember which one was which. But one is me housing my pokey, and the video is terrible. I'm not happy with it at all. Like, I was really, really overly cautious in that video because it's my first old world that isn't like a 1 or 2 centimeter sling. And I was editing it today to schedule it. It's rubbish. I find a lot of my tarantula-based videos, because I'm still learning, are rubbish. Though my one that's still in a process to be edited, to do with some of my smaller tarantulas, is actually a better video. But then I've gained more confidence, because if you think this pokey video that I'm talking about, this was done after the BTS. So we're talking May. So my confidence has grown quite a bit since I did that video, if you know what I mean. So I'm getting better with them, but just expect a terrible video to be coming up. Sorry, I'm not here with the chat yet. Yeah, Mike, don't know how to sync it all up. Yeah, I don't either. Online cheap for 30. See my Do Your Way I put out yesterday. I haven't seen anything that was put out the last few days except for 1 or 2, because I've been back at work in a place that I'm not used to working in. It's a new place to me whilst my store's in a refurb. So I've been getting a bit stressed out, coming home, sitting with my partner who normally works nights but had been working days, and we've just been playing computer games. So I haven't got up to date with all the YouTube yet, but I will check it out. I mean, I check all your videos out anyway. I just sometimes take a little while to make sure I do it. What editing software? I use VideoPad because I like VideoPad. And I do have paid for VideoPad, but I did the free trial first, and it's simplistic and I like it. There's a lot to it that I don't know. So the basics of it is simplistic, but if you want to get into the other bits, you might need to do a bit of research. I need a better light. I don't have my light on me, otherwise I'd show you it. My light's actually pretty good now, but my problem is I don't have the proper batteries for it. It's got a choice of using AA's or the lithium ion ones. I haven't paid out to get the lithium ion ones, and the AA's I buy are all cheap and nasty. I put fresh, it takes 6 AA's, right? I put full 6 in today, and I checked, it's got a button you press and it tells you how well the battery life is, and it was on one bar out of 5. They were fresh batteries in there, but they were cheap. And it really makes a difference on how bright the light is. So when I've got myself good quality batteries and maybe about rechargeable ones or something, hopefully you'll see a difference there. I use VideoPad as well. That's cool. Lightbox. Yeah, I could do with a lightbox. Bad thing is the battery don't last long. Even in the good ones, you have to buy like 10 batteries. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Did you like my unboxing video? Was that the Invert Insanity one, Ben? Because, yeah, I did. I've been in touch with them now about talking about getting a mystery box myself as well. But I need some money first. Oh, the vines. Yes, I saw the thumbnail, but come up on my phone while I was... See, that's what I've moved my TV onto my coffee table for the moment because I linked my computer up to it and we've been playing computer games on it. But because it's been my PC linked up to it, I haven't been so much on the YouTube because I've linked it back up to my monitor just for this, but it'll be going back on there when she's home in a minute because we're going to play a couple of games. So I am behind on them, but I promise you I will check it out. Draco Tees, hello, how you doing? Oh, 2 work lights to plug in, very cheap. Made a huge difference. So by work lights, you mean like the ones like they have on the sites and things, they're like industrially little. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've actually got photography lighting, but it uses my electric like mad. As in, if I keep them on for a couple of hours, I am spending out 5 or 6 quid in electric. Ridiculous. So I've now gone for cheaper bulbs that take a less power, and it's lasting better, but they're rubbish and they take forever to set up. And I've just put them all away. And I didn't get them for YouTube anyway. They were for photography before. But yeah, I don't use them now. What computer games do you play? Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite, I go and rubbish at it. Plain simple, rubbish. I'm into a lot of. I still always end up going back to Skyrim. That's a game I still always go back to. And I know they started the works of the next Elder Scrolls, which I'm really excited about. But the clip that they showed at the E3 thing was so minor that you know they've barely started it. So I'm a bit gutted. But what I like to play is Heroes of Might and Magic. I don't know if anyone's played it. The reason being, it was a game that I got into at a young age. So the Might and Magic series have been going for a long, long time. And the Heroes of Might and Magic series has still been going for a long, long time. The best ever one is number 3. It's old school. It's 2D. It's awesome, right? We're on number 7 now, number 7, which I'm currently playing. It still can't beat number 3. It just can't. But I'm trying to get myself to like it because there's a standalone expansion for it. I don't want to spend out on it unless I know that I'm really enjoying the game. Yeah, I want to just get some LED bulbs. I didn't. You know what? The thing is, right now I've got this. Check this light. So I'm not going to show you the actual light. This is not one I use for my YouTube, but I've got a good LED bulb in it that's got the white light. If I turn that off, I don't make a huge difference on here because the webcam's a bit rubbish. But the rest of my bulbs have got the yellowy effect. This one's got the white effect. And I much prefer the white. So I'm half tempted to change all the bulbs in my house to the whiter light. And I also am going to have to come back to filming in this room all the time because when I film in the bug room, it can't hold the light properly and it flickers on my videos and it drives me absolutely mad and there's no room to set up more lighting. So I did a whole video with the bug room talk about how I'm going to be filming in there from now on, and I've had to scrap that plan. I do a bit of filming in there, but it is a nightmare in that room. And part of me wants to say to my girlfriend, you have that room, fill it through with books and all the tap that you're into, and let me have the whole front room as my bug room. But it's not going to go down well if I say that to her. Plus, those shelves took me hours to set up in that bug room, and I'll have to dismantle them if I brought them down. Right, bear with me a second, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Don't have to stay if you don't want to, guys. I'm only on because we're having a conversation. That's the only reason I'm online right now. So if anyone does want to leave, it's not a problem. You shoot off, but I'm going to be back in just a moment. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, or if you've got to go, then take care. Appreciate it. I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, I am back. Oh, you're all still here as well. I just want to let you know, anyone that has recently joined, this just chit chat now. We've gone past the main point of the original live. I'm only on because people are talking, so that's why I'm here. I am in a moment going to make a cup of tea, so you'll be left alone again. But I'll end this as soon as people are bored of chatting, basically, or when we're down to the last person. But I've got nothing to do with my last for the next half an hour, basically. So let's have a look. So we lost Martin, did we? Cool. Bye, Martin, if you are still here. Oh, yeah, Sam, see you around. Thank you, Martin, for joining. Much appreciated. Uncomfortable silence, yeah. Amazed more people are not watching. I had a higher number in the original live, but obviously this one just talks about connection problems. So that's probably why people haven't joined. Good night, good morning, or good afternoon. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you, Martin. Take care, buddy. I'll contact you about the aquatic side of that enclosure when I get round to starting it. So, yeah, sorry, guys, if this is going to be a bit drag now, but like I said, the whole purpose of the live is done. We're just here, general chit chat now. Do I go to the BTS? Yeah, I got a video on it actually. If you want to look at it, it's I did go to the BTS. I met a lot of people. So I met at the BTS. I met Petco from the Dark Den, Tarantula Dan, Scarlet the Black Widow, John from White Rose Tarantulas, Mark from Mark's Tarantulas, Francis Lee. Who else was there? Martin from Tarantula Cave. The Spider-Man, Alan Hicking. I met Alan Hicking. I met him too. I met loads of YouTubers, basically. I'm sorry if I left anybody out there, but I met a big bunch of them, and I had a brilliant time. Do you like keeping teas or bugs more? I'm more a phasmid guy, so I'm a stick insect man. That's my main passion. The tarantulas were more, I got them out of curiosity. I enjoyed the videos. I wasn't allowed to keep them for years. Made a deal with my girlfriend to be allowed to keep them about 6 months ago. And I am a bit hooked. I want more. There's loads more I want to get when I've got the money. But until I think I'm an experienced tarantula keeper, I can't uphold the full passion because I'm still very nervous with keeping. I'm not nervous when they're in the enclosure or feeding, but when it comes to housing, I get really quite nervous about it. As you'll be able to tell in my Postotheria Smithy video that will be coming up soon. Right, let's have a look. We need to plan that weekend stream. Yes, we definitely do. My hours are really, really jumbled right now because of my work situation. But I get every Thursday, I get a schedule for the following week. So I will have to let you know. I was too overwhelmed to meet people. Yeah, it was crazy. But I stayed the night before. So because I was there the night before, the night before is when I met Mark, Dan, Petco. And Sidex, if people watch Sidex, yeah, I met him that night before. Tarantula Addict, I met Tarantula Addict. A lot of you, I don't know if I've told you the story about Tarantula Addict, actually, but I sat next to a guy, which was him, didn't know it was him, sat next to him, talking to a lady who was kind of trying to collect some information about the BTS in general. And she was talking about, I don't know. But anyway, and he spoke to me and he recognized me. And I said, I know you from somewhere. And he said, maybe online. And I was like, right. And he said, I don't show my face very often. And then it clicked that he was Tarantula Addict and it was his voice that I recognized, not his face. So, and I met John from the Nerd Room. How can I forget John from Nerd Room? I forced a hug on the guy. Yeah, so Tarantula Addict actually knew who I was, which spanned me right out. But yeah, to meet him, that was bloody brilliant. That I was sat next to him for ages before I even knew who he was. But yeah, you just got to kind of just go up to these people and say hi. Mark said hi to me. Scarlett from Black Widow said hi to me. I think a lot of the rest I probably approached. So yeah, you just gotta force yourself on people basically. So do you have any praying mantises? Oh, hiya, by the way. Yeah, I've got 3. Can't tell you the scientific. Well, one of them's Herodula sp. golden, so I know the scientific name for that one. Poposperca crassa, the African twig mantis, and then the other one, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it to you guys, and I don't remember what it is top of my head, but commonly known as the Madagascar marbled as well. There, 2 of them are mature females. The African twig is still a nymph, and I don't actually know what it is. I think it's a male, but I'm not 100% sure at the moment. It's okay to be nervous till they get to the point that they make mistakes. Yeah, no. So I was overly cautious, which is why my video when it comes up is going to be a bit rubbish. But I didn't want to put the tarantula at risk by me freaking out or dropping the lid on it or it getting out the enclosure or anything like that. So the video is going to be terrible footage, but I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any mistakes. So, and it's happy. It was in. It was happy. I made another mistake with footage of trying to feed it as well. Guess I'm a moron. You will see it. It gets an explanation why in the video. But it's the most feeding fail clip I've ever done. It took it down. I didn't get it on the camera. Even though the camera was recording, I still didn't catch it on the camera. I was absolutely gutted. I was hunting for teas all afternoon. Got my 4p Metallica. Oh, nice one. TJ's Reptiles. I'd love a P Metallica. I was so tempted to get one at the BTS, and I just didn't. That's probably one of my biggest regrets of things. But I also wanted to get a Therapeutic with Blondie, but I couldn't afford one. Sounds like a great video. Can't wait for this one. Yeah, it's not. It's really not. It was done to bad camera angles, bad lighting, bad everything. But you see, the start of that video was recorded after the BTS, the day after the BTS. I had already housed 5 or 6 other species of things, as well as setting up their homes, because obviously I didn't know what I was going to buy at the BTS, so nothing was pre-set up. So I had to arrange all of these enclosures and start doing them. So I was knackered when that video was actually recorded as well. The end part, the feeding part where I messed up on wasn't that long ago. I did that a lot later, a few weeks later. But the first part, I was really tired on the housing. And then the feeding was just stupidity on my part because I wasn't paying attention. Make sure Blondie's a blondie. People have a Sturmy as a blondie a lot. Yeah. See, part of me wants to get a sling because I could be wrong on this, but isn't it that you got your 3 main Theraposes, yeah? You've got your Sturmy has 4 little kind of pink toes when it's a baby sling. The blondie, I think, doesn't have any. And then the other one, which I can't remember what it's called, I do apologize, has all toes that are pink. When they're really little slings, I mean. Not when they've got their kind of like bland coloration. Something like that. Anyway, so I knew mine was a Sturmy by its feet, basically. But as for a blondie, I suppose if you got it as a tiny sling and you looked into that, you could get it right. 2. Well, whichever it was, there might have been 2. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, white. Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah. So the blondie would have none then, I presume. One of them has none, I think. Probably because I didn't even read your message before. Sorry. Probably because they move so fast, a lot faster than a stick insect. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I just, it was my first old world that wasn't like a 1 centimeter sling. So yeah, I'm glad I got it though. It wasn't bad. 20 quid for a sexed female as well. Blondie don't have any white toes. Yeah, that's cool. I couldn't tell you that. I'm not great at that kind of thing. Yeah, so well, we've got the information now with Arachne King, so we know we can look into that now. So that's cool. All of them are a pain to keep. So a few teas that really need humidity. Yeah. You know what? I don't know what tea you want to go for next either. I kind of want to collect all the Nandis. So I've got a Nandi chromatus. I want to get some of the other Nandis. I really like them. I don't know why. What else do I want? Kilobrachys species. I want to give them a go because they're quite heavy webbers, and I'd quite like to see how the enclosure comes out when it's heavily webbed. So that's there. But I've not kept any of them before, and I know they're quick old worlds as well. Hi, Spider Woman. How you doing? So I'm just reading the comments. He Stommy has no hair on the knees. Blondie has hair on the knees. I think that's how you can tell. Okay. Tell apart the adult. Okay, cool. Do you own a fishing spider? No, I don't own a fishing spider. I quite like a fishing spider. I think the spider shop had some. I don't know if they still do. But yeah, the idea of them grabbing it from the water, that's pretty cool. Agent Niculata. Yeah, I would like one. There's loads that I would like. You know what? I don't even own that many Brachypelma either. For somebody that was starting with teas, I got one Brachypelma, and that's the Brachypelma hamor. Brachypelma kallenbergi. The hamori is like the common one, isn't it? I don't even have one. Do you have a Nandu chromatus there? Cool. Yeah, I've got one Nandu chromatus. He is a male Nandu chromatus. Love it. First time. That was the first tarantula that I'd ever housed that was larger than a 5 centimeter sling. So it was my first reasonable sized tarantula that I ever housed, and it bit my paintbrush, and I thought that was class because it's I see it online all the time. I think thing, but that was the first time I'd ever encountered it. Shut me up a little bit. Excuse my language. But I'm not going to keep this video actually on the YouTube. So, but it frightened me a little bit. But it got heart pumping, and I really enjoyed it actually. Net casting spiders. Yeah, I would love one too, but with the amount of people that were losing them, I mean, as in they were dying, it was unbelievable. Fishing spiders also do make great pets. Yeah, I would love to have one. Oh, Andrew Tarantulas is here. Hi, buddy. So, Andrew and anyone else that joined, the main purpose of the live has already been and gone. We were discussing I'm not going to go into detail of it because I've explained it a lot of times now, but we're discussing a really, really large native UK enclosure, communal, but was going to hold both predatory and non-predatory inverts. But excuse me, we're going to study over time, and obviously the predators are going to kill the non-predatory things, but we wanted to see the science behind it, see if the predators really will overwhelm the tank, or whether the non-predatory inverts will hide away too well from the predators. It's basically going to be a big study in one large tank of wild caught native UK species, all that aren't endangered, so they'll be safe for me to put in there. That was the main live stream point, but we've kind of just moved on to chit chat now for almost another hour. Reading back now. My Spider Woman actually just subbed you recently. That's cool. Surprising how fast Theraposes can move, considering how large they are. Never cease to amaze me. Well, when I got my Sturmy, obviously it was only like that big, tiny sling. It was really small, but yeah, I opened this was actually a pet shop bought one, but I opened it and it just because the guy's very chilled. He knows me for coming in for years. He let me just open it and it just ran up my arm. And I was like, oh, hello, what are you doing now? I had to kind of coax it back down in my hand. It just sat there then. But the speed of where it got out the enclosure was incredible. But then it was a sling, and all slings are fast. I love how we've gone up to 10 people now when this is just chit chat. Guys, anyone that's joined, this is general chit chat now and only for a little while longer. The main point of the live stream has been and gone, but if anyone just wants to have a chat, feel free to stay. Anyone that does want to go, it's not a problem because there's nothing, there's no real point to the rest of this live now, but you are still welcome to just chat. Anyone that hasn't subbed to anyone within the chat, please feel free to do so. If you want to advertise your channels, please advertise your channels. Native UK spiders, like the giant house spider, the second biggest spider in the UK, the tube. Right, the tube web, I know where there are a bunch are, and I know where there is a very big one. Right? That is a plan of mine. But my friend's house that they are living at, as in the walls of her house, she doesn't want them there, so I can take them. But we can't, they not actually, believe it or not, I've seen a lot of videos where they're easy to coax out. These ones will jolt out but jolt back in. But when the evening comes, that's when there's a point where I can get one. I've seen it and it's massive for a tube web. But she lives quite far from me. I don't drive. It's a little bit awkward, but at some point I am going to try and go over there and take one to see how well it does. House spiders, I haven't actually seen one in years. I've got a cellar spider living downstairs, but house spiders, I haven't seen one for years, believe it or not. I'm just listening while making a thumbnail for the next feeding video. I'm uploading as we speak, says Andrew. Brilliant. You crack on, Andrew. Oh, hi, Pam. How you doing? I love to have tarantulas. They are awesome. They are awesome. You're not deleting it, are you? So you can back and see what the subject was. So this particular live, we haven't really talked about the subject. This was, I got disconnected from the main live. This one was only created to actually, for me, I didn't want to be rude and I wanted to say goodbye to people. And 52 minutes later, we're still yapping. The other one, I'm not sure if it was gone up on my channel. I'll have a look. I'm still quite new to doing the live, so I'll have to figure it out if I can get it back up. But it was all about a big tank holding native species from the UK. And when I say big tank, I don't have it yet. I've got to build it. When I say big tank, I'm talking from my feet up until my waist in height, or just below my waist in height. I'm 6'1", so that's quite a size. I've got quite long legs, and 1 meter wide, where it's going to have hopefully an aquatic section, a rocky section, slightly more humid side and slightly drier side. It's going to be like a multi-ecosystem all in one massive tank. Hope Cups Tube website soon. Me too. Yeah, I will get round to doing it. Used to always be back in when I was a small kid, catching spiders, catching flies, feeding them to the spiders. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? First time catching spiders from my daughter's bedroom. My daughter, she quite likes the bugs because I helped to get her into them, but she hates flies. So like she will hold like a 6-inch fat stick insect. But if a fruit fly flies into her bedroom, she won't go to sleep. Absolutely crazy. You wanted to say goodbye. We had other ideas. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Yeah, the other live stream is in your channel. Okay, cool. So thank you. So my live stream is in there. So if you wanted to go that, skip along. There's a lot of yapping, but a little way into the video when a few people joined, you'll see the main purpose of it then. So we got more subs to each other. I think somebody's home. One second, guys. Hello. 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 So this is my partner's little brother. He's come home. I'm on a live stream. Oh, hello. This is Dylan. Hello. How are you now? There you are. Yeah. He's living with me at the moment. Yeah, I finished my live stream an hour ago because my connection went, got the point done. But I came back on to say bye, and it's been another 55 minutes of just chatting. How many people you got? 9 watchers at the moment. Sorry, I am reading everyone's comments. So Arachne King was talking about this massive brown house spider. Yeah, I seen. I'll always remember this one I saw in an old house. I moved. There was a big bag of compost lent against the wall, and it was there for years. And this thing was massive. I've never seen anything like it, but I wasn't into it all then. So I'm gutted. Should have got a photo of it at least. Okay, we'll let you go now. At least I will. I have to go feed the kid. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm gonna go when this hits the hour mark in like 3.5 minutes anyway. So, but thanks for joining. It was great to have you here. I appreciate the support. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave when this has hit the hour mark. So is there any more questions anyone wants to ask before I go? And remember, guys, all check each other out, check out each other's channels, subscribe to each other. Oh, sorry, TJ's Reptiles, I didn't spot your message there. Thank you. Take care, buddy. Yeah, I'm subbed you too, Draco. Oh, he's large house spider I saw. I haven't got a clue. I'm talking years ago here, but with leg span, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I've got the image in my head, but that's different to be able to actually show you with my hands. But it was huge. I don't even know if it was a house. It must have been because of the size of it. Had to have been. Yeah, I love all this subbing to each other. It's good. You guys keep it up. It's good to support one another. Check each other out. Just checking my phone a minute, guys. Spider-Woman, you got the Tube Spider. Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, cool. We arranged a spider shop. I'm having a giveaway at 500 subs. Other YouTubers are allowed to enter. So yeah, guys, anyone that isn't subbed to Beginner's Burrow, please check him out, and he'll be doing this this giveaway when he hits his 500 subs. Have a good night all, and don't forget to watch the video I am uploading right now in an hour or so. Yeah, everyone check out Andrew's Tarantula's new video. Great content. Everyone here has got great content, so you should all check each other. I know most of you probably already have, but I'm just putting it out there just in case we've got a sneaky watcher that doesn't talk, who is not another YouTuber connected to one of these guys. So you may beat me to 400 at this rate. You'll grow nicely. Thank you. I don't think I'll beat you, but if I did, it would be out of fluke. I gained about 30 subs because of Dark Den, though. So if you take 30, actually, I gained 40 subs because of the Dark Den video where he opened my over that I gave him. So that's the only reason I shot up. Now it's going to go back to slow again. Right. We got 40 seconds, guys. So I am going to say bye to you now. I need a cup of tea and should really contact my girlfriend properly before she complains. But I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined and supported through the stream and kept me chatting, because you've kept me sane while I've been here bored on my own. So as you know, most of my live streams are just general chit chat with the odd idea chucked in here and there. We still will do a professional live stream in the future where I'll actually be showing you doing something interesting. But for the time being, we're just going to be having bits of chit chat. Massive dragonfly of wingspan 1.5 feet. Back in 1959, he says, never seen life. Didn't even know they could get that big. I've seen one of the largest UK species, which was pretty impressive, but that was about that. Yellow and black species. But anyway, guys, I am going to go. Thanks again. Bye to everyone. Thank you all for joining. Take care. Bye-bye, as I say in my videos. Cheers, guys.